Peace, family. So, today we are going to be doing some two strand twists, and I'm going to take you step by step through the process. Of course, we're using crown elements to get started. I have shampooed my hair, so I'm freshly out the shower, spraying my moisturizer in my hair, which is the moisture infusion, followed up by the main radiance oil. That's just to set the stage, make sure the hair is nice and hydrated and nourished before we get into the twist. Then I'm gonna go ahead and do my grooming because it's been a minute. It's been a while. So I'm gonna do some locksmithing to groom all of my locks. I'm not gonna make you wait for all that because I know you're here for the twist. And I'm gonna come on back once the grooming is all done. All right, let's get into these twists. I've already done half of my head, and so I'm going to bring you on to the other side of the head. We're going to do these first two right here at the top. So we have retwisted to the right. You want to make sure that when you're doing your twist that you are going in the opposite direction, okay? So twisting in the opposite direction that you have retwisted, you want to crisscross the locks down the shaft. Now, when you get to like a midway point, you want to check and see if they're the same length. If they are not, you want to take the longer strand and wrap that around the shorter one. Just maybe a couple times until they're the same length at the bottom. That way, when you get to the end, you can make the finish look real neat and seamless, okay? And so when you get all the way to the end, you want to grab a rubber band and wrap it around one time. That's it. At most, you may wrap it around twice, but no more than one or two times, okay? And that's it. Voila, you've done a twist. Moving on to the next pair of locks, same thing. You twist it to the right. So when you are doing your two strand twist, you want to go in the opposite direction. Halfway through, check the length. If you have a longer one, wrap it around the shorter one a couple times. And once they are the same length at the ends, you can go ahead and twist all the way down. And once you get all the way down to the end, you take your rubber band, wrap it around one time, and it should be nice and secure. Now, my locks are pretty thick, so you can kind of see that area where I did the spiral. But if your locks are not as thick as mine, you shouldn't be able to notice. It should be like a invisible shortening of your lock. I love this technique. And then you just keep on going. I'm going to do the last two in the front, and we're going to move on to the back. So I'm looking off to the side because I'm looking in the mirror. And I also like to turn my head so as I'm twisting, I am like in the center or the middle of the part of the two locks, just because I feel like it's more comfortable and hangs easier. Because me personally, I am super tender headed. So if I pull one lock more so to the other lock, like it just doesn't feel comfortable. And I want to keep my twist in for a few days. So I try to make sure that they are equal, like with the tension. All right. So put your rubber band on. Again, just one twist of the rubber band, no more. Okay. It should stay. Check to make sure it's staying, not unraveling. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the back. When I'm doing the two strand twist on the back of my hair, I like to start all the way at the bottom. I don't go from like the front to the top to the back. I start at the back because if I wear my hair down, I want it to be very even. Midway through, going from the back to the front, I'll check to make sure everything is equal. Like if your locks are an odd number, so you would have like one left out if you were twisting just two locks together. I like to do that in the center of my head. So like even if I have my hair down, the top covers it, or if I have it up, the like bottom half covers it. So I check that in the middle. I like to make sure my twists are very balanced around the perimeter. All right. So just do the bottom ones. Again, just make sure it stays in. Move on to the top two. For me, though, I was really intentional with starting this set of locks. So I made sure that when I started, I had a lock count that was divisible by 2 and 3. So that way, if I do braids, it's even. If I do twists, it's even. I have 36 locks and I wasn't playing no games. My last set, I had, I want to say like 41, and that it was so annoying to do twist in my hair because it was not even number. So make sure this set I always have an even number, so I don't really have to check to make sure. Well, I guess I do have to check and make sure because sometimes I can miss some locks, and that could be a problem too. So I check towards the center, um, just to make sure my like count and groupings are together. All right, and we're almost done. Now I finished the locks that are in the back half of my head, or at least the part that I can't see from the front. So I'm just going to turn around and finish these last four locks, which would make two twists, and we'll be all done. I feel like it gets a little challenging towards the top of the head because you have to be very mindful again that you retwisted to the right and we're two strand twisting to the left. So it gets a little funky with how the arms are being held, but it's nothing you can't do. Okay, just a little bit of practice and they will stay in. And look, we're done. Two strand twist on locks, super easy, just rubber bands. Okay, that's all you need on a fresh retwist or not. Either way, you just make sure you go in the opposite direction that you twisted and it's done. You got a super cute style. Thank you so much for watching. If this tutorial was helpful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you soon. As always, I'm wishing you peace, love, and good vibes.